Dear Diary, every person has a story filled with dreams, mistakes, heartbreak, and hope. Today, we open another page.
After school, Ethan found me, not casually this time, not smiling, just direct. "You've been talking to Evan," he said. It wasn't a question. I nodded slowly. "He said something weird about you too." Ethan's jaw tightened. Of course he did. That tone again. Not anger, something colder, tired. "You need to stay away from him," Ethan said. I blinked. "Why?" He hesitated, just for a second. And that second said everything he didn't. Then he looked me straight in the eye. "Because Evan doesn't fall in love, Lily. He replaces people." And then he walked away, leaving me with a question that suddenly felt dangerous. If one of them was lying, then who had I actually been talking to this whole time? I tried to ignore Ethan's warning, but it stuck in my head like a glitch I couldn't clear. Evan doesn't fall in love. He replaces people. That night, my phone buzzed. Unknown number, no name, just a message. "Don't trust Ethan." My heart jumped. Another message came immediately after. "Meet me at the old greenhouse tomorrow. Don't tell him." I sat up in bed. This wasn't Evan's number, or at least it didn't look like it. But the timing felt too perfect, like someone knew exactly how to pull me back in, and against every instinct I had. I replied, "Who is this?" The response came instantly. "You already know." The old greenhouse behind Westbrook High had been abandoned for years. Broken glass, overgrown vines, a place nobody went unless they wanted to disappear for a while. I stood outside for a full minute before going in. Then I saw him, Evan, sitting on an overturned bench, waiting like he had been there the entire time. "You came?" he said quietly. I crossed my arms. "Was that you texting me?" He tilted his head. "No." A pause, then softer. "But I know who did." My stomach dropped. "So, Ethan," Evan cut me off immediately. "No." His eyes sharpened. "If Ethan wanted you here, you'd already know why." That made everything worse, because now there was a third possibility. Someone else was pulling strings, and I was just moving through them. A noise came from the back of the greenhouse. Footsteps, slow, intentional. Evan didn't move. I did. A figure stepped out from behind the broken glass panels. Not Ethan, not Evan, but someone I recognized, Mia, my best friend. Except she wasn't smiling, not even close. "You really didn't figure it out yet?" she said softly. I froze. "Mia, what is this?" She looked at both of us, then at me, then she laughed once, not happy, not kind. "Took you long enough to notice," she said. Evan finally stood up. "So it was you?" he said. Mia shrugged. Someone had to speed things up. My voice cracked. "Speed what up?" Mia stepped closer. "The truth." Ethan appeared at the greenhouse entrance. Like he had been there the whole time too. Like everyone was finally converging on the same broken point. He saw Mia, and his expression changed instantly. "You shouldn't be here," Ethan said. Mia smiled. "Neither should you." Silence, heavy, loaded. I looked at Ethan, then Evan, then Mia. "Someone explain what is happening?" I said. No one answered right away. Then Evan spoke. "We weren't always twins like this," he said. Ethan closed his eyes like he'd heard this 1,000 times. Mia crossed her arms. "Say it properly." Evan looked at me, and for the first time, his voice wasn't calm. It was real. "We weren't just twins," he said. "We were a test." My breath caught. A test? For what? Ethan finally spoke. For what happens when people stop being able to tell the truth, apart from the version they prefer. A long silence followed. Then Mia said it. You didn't fall into a love triangle, Lily. She stepped closer. You walked into a controlled experiment. And suddenly, everything I thought I knew about Ethan, Evan, and even myself started collapsing at the same time. Mia's words still echoed in my head. A controlled experiment. I stepped back. What are you talking about? Mia looked between all three of us. You really think this is just school drama? She said. It's not. Ethan's face tightened. Stop talking. But she didn't stop. You were both selected. Evan froze. That was the first time I saw him lose control. Selected for what? I whispered. Mia finally looked at me directly. To see who you'd choose when everything is identical, except personality. My stomach dropped. That's insane, I said. But no one laughed. Ethan suddenly stepped forward. This is why I told you to stay away from him, he said, pointing at Evan. Evan's voice turned sharp. Don't blame me for what you agreed to, Ethan snapped. I didn't agree to lie to her. That word again, lie. I turned. Someone explain. Now. Silence. Then Evan finally spoke. We weren't born into this dynamic, a pause. We were built into it. My breath stopped. Built? Evan pulled out his phone. He showed me a photo. 2 boys, younger, maybe middle school, but something was off. They looked identical, but their expressions weren't. One looked normal, the other looked like he was watching himself from far away. That's us, Evan said. But we weren't always separate in our heads. Ethan looked away immediately. Mia whispered, Stop. But Evan continued. They started splitting us when we were kids. My skin went cold. Splitting what? I asked. Evan looked at me. Our identities. My head was spinning. This makes no sense, I said. You're telling me you were trained to act like different people? Ethan finally spoke. I became what people wanted first. He looked at me. And Evan became what people feared. Evan didn't deny it. That silence said everything. Mia stepped back slowly. You weren't supposed to know this part, she muttered. I turned sharply. So, you are part of this. Mia didn't answer. That was the answer. Ethan laughed once, cold. You didn't guess yet, he said. She's the observer. My stomach dropped. Mia sighed. I was assigned to make sure the conditions stayed stable, she said quietly. Stable? I repeated. She nodded toward me. You were never the subject, Lily. My heart stopped. You were the variable. Everything went silent in the greenhouse. Ethan stepped forward. Evan stayed still. Mia watched me carefully. And suddenly, I understood. This wasn't about love. It was about reaction. Ethan spoke first. You were supposed to pick me. Evan shook his head. No, he said softly. She was supposed to break the pattern. Mia's voice was calm now. So, Lily, what do you choose? I looked at Ethan, then Evan, then at the system built around all of us. And for the first time, I realized the question wasn't who I liked. It was, would I continue the experiment or end it? I took a step forward and said the only thing none of them expected. I choose myself. The lights in the greenhouse flickered, and everything went dark. When the lights came back, Ethan was gone, Evan was gone, Mia was gone. Only my phone remained on the ground. One new message. Test concluded. And beneath it, subject, Lily, result, unclassified. I stared at it for a long time. Then I deleted the message and walked out of Westbrook High without looking back.
Before you go, Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed this story, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new animated story. And here's something special. Do you have an unbelievable story of your own? Maybe it's about love, heartbreak, friendship, success, betrayal, or a life-changing moment. I'd love to hear it. Send your story to my email address, mentioned on the screen. If your story is selected, it could be transformed into a fully animated video and shared with viewers around the world. Please include as many details as possible so I can bring your story to life in the best way possible. Who knows? The next animated story on this channel could be yours. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.